working. I think I just have to reboot every time I update the drivers. Would that be right? I don't know. Anywho. So, let me come over here real quick. Bum 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 bum. I don't know why Brave takes a million years to load up. In any case, we'll start getting set up here. Oh, okay, here we go. This can go over to desktop 3. Oops, like that. And there's some stuff I wanted to watch here. So there's this cool program I found out called Tile Setter. And I want to explore this because I need to work on tiles for my game. And I'm interested in anything that can help me do that faster. There's a paid version of this and a free version of this. So we're going to see. I'm going to try it out first and see how it works. I'm going to go through itch because I'd rather go through itch. There is a Linux version. I don't know how that works. Is a zip file. This will be interesting to see also when we extract it, what happens. Can I just... Oh my god, it just worked. I'll tell you one thing, I was not expecting that. So that's very cool. So we can play with this. We'll play with the light version. At a price of $13, there's a very good chance I'll buy this. In order to download this tool, you must purchase it at a minimum price. Your purchase is going to a Steam key. Oh, so if I buy it from Itch, I also get a Steam key. So I might as well do that, and I'll get it also on Steam, and then I'll have Windows, Mac, and Linux versions. This is wonderful. Probably what I would do though is I would take this maybe and send it to desktop 4. Yeah, there's nothing on 4. Let's go 4, and let's also start up Aseprite. Yeah, how do I run Aseprite? I know I have Aseprite. LibreSprite is what's in here, but where's Aseprite installed to? Oh, I might know where it is. It might be in... You know, I typed that, but let's actually just go here. First thing, let's open a Tmux session. App image. There you go. Can't blame a guy for trying. So I'm gonna grab that. I would love to know how to get that to show up in this. Whoops. Oh, I see. No, I don't. Just go like this. Huh. Oh, because this probably isn't in... Oh, no. I don't know why that doesn't work. Well, it is a file, so deal with it. Okay, send that to 4 as well. Let's go like this. You can flip back and forth. We might even toggle it like this, depending on what makes sense. I think this just has to stay here. Can I move this pane? It's gotta be a way to do that, because that'll close my thing right out. Let's go like this. Oh, we go like this. And then I can just not care. Oh no, because it's still a fork. Okay. So that doesn't work. It's still a sub process, so we still have to keep this running. Really, what a coincidence. I'm Shello too. Gotta love it. So, yeah, you have running jobs. I do. If I go like this, for now, and just run it here, we can do that. Just for now. There's a new Aseprite available. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. What version am I on? 3.14.4. 3.15.4 is out. Okay. Well, that is what it is. Okay, so let's go back here. And then file setter tutorial. Now I was watching some guy do something. This. $6 years ago. I'm just finding out about this now. Guess we're gonna try to follow along. I was watching this before. That's why I'm skipping, if you're wondering. I don't want to full screen it. I just want to. There we go. Oh, I never brought my palettes over to this computer. That's fine. Oh, I can't add mouse buttons. I need to figure out how to do that. I'm going to try to do something similar. Again, just for the sake of following along with what he's doing. I'm going to put the grid mark on just so I know when I move into the other one by mistake. And the other thing I would like to have is the preview, which is floating. Right. I don't know. We're just doing whatever the heck he was doing, basically, right? And then we're going to do something like this. I don't freaking know. Right? Sure. Oh, but maybe that doesn't make any sense. Or just go like that. I don't know, right? Okay. Oh, and then he made more rocks below. I see. He made that look so freaking good, dude. Okay, so let's go back to desktop 4 here. Copy that, paste it. Copy that, paste it here. Oh shit, that does look pretty good. I don't even know what I'm doing, and that looks pretty good. Okay. Then he goes, Bill Borders. So wait, there's Blob and there's Wong? Okay, I don't know what the difference between a Wang and a Blob is. Okay. Blob. Nice. Now when I click on this, I can go, oh, it looks like it doesn't do that anymore. That's pretty neat. And he does it over here. Yeah, that's pretty darn neat. Oh, I get it. So the algorithm can kind of fill those in. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. I should definitely be using this. Oh, because he's got the paid version. So I can't do this, but he can. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this also makes the map. Oh. File map. Hmm. Why does he pronounce his W's like that? Okay, well that didn't tell me too much about it. Oh, holy shit. This looks amazing. So I just want to let's mess around real quick. So this was very cool, by the way. But can we go back to square one for a second? I don't know how to deselect. Here we go. Um, and let's go here. Right, go back here. And then what I'm gonna do is generate the Wang. Oh, what the heck is a Wang? I still don't know what a Wang is. Okay. I guess blob is the way to go for now. Uh, oops. There's gotta be another way to pull them in here. Oh. Oh, and this is like the key to like how to define these more or less. This is very cool though. This is very cool. Oh my god. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. So let me go to um here. Let's open up Obsidian. I want to start taking some notes here because this is a good find. I don't know why I didn't find this before. And let's just go. Yep. Um, rethinking tile maps. Create tile sets. Actually, it's really what it is. Tile sets. Right. Let's go back here. Right. And even this is great right here. It seems like it's working. I don't really know. We're going to have to play with it a bit. How do we use it? So, some videos I found. This one, and there was another one. Eh? Oh. Yeah, heartbeat. Heartbeats tutorial. Very long-winded. Right, and then the other one was not just codes. Game from scratch? Who was I just watching? John Ives. I don't know. Right. Actually don't know if that's how he spells his name. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, Mort's video came back. This one was long gone. Games from scratch. I think I'm gonna buy this. So I feel like without the tile editor to test it, you're missing out big on the features. Like none of the borders are done here. Chill for a sec. I need to figure out how to log in here. I guess maybe before I did it with GitHub. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Cool. Oh, I see. Well, that should be pretty good. So let's just see real quick. Damn it. Okay. Man unzip. How to give it a path? Minus D. Jeez. Okay, now let's go back here. Hmm. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go downloads, tile setter, and open it from here. Oh, sick, and it just remembers what I had open there. Interesting, even though I didn't save anything. Paint is auto tile. Brush size. Oh, I see. Be nicer if there was like a preview so I could see. That's still pretty darn cool. We can change the size of it. This is actually a pretty decent looking tile set. For me not having any idea what I'm doing, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. So that's neat. Sorry, now we can go listen to what this guy. It is quite cool. Hey, what's up? I'm Bong. Yeah, I'm Bong. Have you ever seen that before? I just picked this up. It seemed pretty cool. I bought it. I don't understand what he's doing. Never seen it in my life. It's pretty neat though. So hold on, let me show you what I did here. In case you're wondering, is there a way to? Oh, there's no. Okay, I can just go like this and clear it though, probably right? Yeah. Okay. So what I did was, I went here, created these two tiles here in Aseprite. I just copy, pasted this, and hit right click, build borders blob, and it creates a template. And then from this template, I click on this top edge. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? It's sick. I think so too. And then I grab this, put this over here somewhere random for now, just so I can pick it from this list here. And when I pick this, it automatically tiles it and it like cuts along the diagonal. And then you can do this for all sides. I don't understand how it knows how to rotate this, to be honest with you, because it's like automatically rotating it too. And that's kind of all I did there. And then it creates this whole thing. And then you can down here test it out. And it does your auto tiling. It will just rotate clockwise for right, clockwise for rest 90 degrees. You can change what it does. So you can go in here. This it's a little bit blurry and tiny because I have my screen scaled down so I can see more things. But you can change the rotation if it's not right. Like if I want to flip it backwards, I guess I could go like this, and it's the opposite. So if it's not right, you can do that, or you can flip X, you can flip Y, right? You want to make it a little bit more interesting. That's kind of cool. That actually kind of works too, which is interesting. And I guess that would make them not symmetrical, right? If you wanted asymmetric tiles. How come I can't draw anything down here? What does this cursor mean? Bruh. Oh, because I have to select a tile. 90 degrees. Funky. Yes, very funky. What I can't figure out, though, like I can just draw one square at a time. But like on LDTK, for example, you can hold shift to like draw out a square and stuff like that. Like if I did this, I don't know. And then you can go and export this file as an image, or you can export it to like a Godot tile set. And I guess there's stuff for Game Maker Studio. I have no idea how that works, and for Unity also. Maybe there's specific keybinds for making squares and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Thanks for following, by the way. Yeah, so that's what I got. I literally just documentation. That's probably what I should have done first. I like watched one video. I was like, that looks cool. I just bought it right away. There's a free version of it too. It just doesn't have the map editor part of it. Oh my god, it's so warm in here. I'm out of water too. I'll be right back. I gotta get some water here. Okay, I'm back. Hydration. Yes, very important. So I clicked on this button, but I didn't see it open anything. Here we go. Tile setter docs. Here we go. Shove that into my notes. Probably before all this. Welcome back, Beardman. Thank you, thank you. So tiles and sources, introduction sources, working with tiles, set view, importing images, sync regions, tile properties, generating tile sets, building a tile set, configuring a tile set, map editing, exporting. Okay, let's take a look. Tiles and sources. I'll make this a little bit bigger because it's microscopic on my screen. Okay, tiles, introduction. Tiles and sources are the foundation of Tile Setter. Although the basic idea of tiles is self-explanatory, Tile Setter also features the concept of sources, which play a major role in tile set generation. It's important to know the distinction between these two and how they work together. In Tile Setter, a tile's appearance is not something inherent to the tile. Instead, image data is stored in sources which are then used to make up a tile's final look. So sources, this and this gets composited, right? This detachment allows for the same image to be reused throughout different tiles, as multiple tiles can reference the same source for its visuals. This is especially useful when generating tile sets, as edge textures are often the same in different border tiles. Another benefit provided by sources is quick editing of a large number of tiles. By changing a source's image, all tiles that are currently referencing it will be updated to reflect the new design, saving time that would otherwise be spent editing each tile individually. Tiles. These are the building blocks for tile-based environments and are the focus of Tile Setter. Their appearance is composited from a collection of sources. A basic tile will use a single source for its image. However, generated tiles may combine multiple sources to achieve their look. Aside from visuals, tiles can also have defined behavior used for auto tiling. The set view. All tiles in the Tile Setter project rest in the set view. This is a grid-based environment where tiles can freely be placed on, being readily accessible to be worked with. It is located at the top left region of the screen and is where most of the work happens. Here, the left mouse button is used to select cells in the grid, and multiple cells can be selected by clicking and dragging. The right click brings up the context menu, allowing several operations to be performed on the selected cells. Selecting. Okay. Hold Shift to append to the current selection. Moving. Left mouse button drag at a selected cell. Deleting with the delete key. Panning using the middle mouse button drag or left mouse button drag while holding Alt. Zooming with the mouse wheel, Control plus, Control minus, or Command plus and minus on the Mac. Copying. There are two different copy operations for tiles in the set view. Smart copy using Control C or right-clicking and choosing copy will copy tiles in such a way that tiles pasted later will reference the same sources as the original ones. This mode does not copy image data and thus does not allow pasting outside of Tile Setter. Okay. Raw copy, Control Shift C, will copy the tile's raw image data for pasting outside Tile Setter. Oh, okay. So when you want to move it something outside of Tile Setter, Control Shift C, and when you want to work inside it, just Control C. The top left of set view, you'll find buttons for loading, saving, or initializing a project. Control N to make a new project, O to open as save. Save as, hold Shift and click the last icon, or Control Shift S to save as. Importing images. Tilesetter does not contain image editing tools, so images must be imported from an external source. Imported images are automatically broken down into tiles by the grid, so it's important to set the project's tile size first. Oh, okay. Specifying the tile size. At the top left corner of set view, you'll have the option to specify the global size for the project. This can be changed at any time, automatically updating all existing tiles and sources, but it's best to define it before importing any images. I can't read that, but I'm assuming it exists. Oh yeah, it's right there. Again, microscopic on my screen. The whole UI is. It says tile size 16, thank you. It's extremely blurry for me. I have my, it's a 1080p screen, but I have it scaled to 2560 by 1440p to fit more stuff on the screen. It's just not a good setup. I need to figure out how to stream things better for game dev, but that's okay. Pasting in. So raw image data can be copied from an external editor directly into Tilesetter. I've got two monitors for that. I do too, but they're like side by side. And then I have my laptop here. So I've got like 3 screens completely surrounding me. And I have to go like this to see the big one, which is not really comfortable. And I mostly use this computer for playing games. So I usually use the 1080p screen. File import. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's like a very serious problem to me though. I'm like even now thinking like, is there a better way I could do this? I need some kind of device, right, where I could like mount 2 different sized monitors on it and just like easily switch them. I want to be able to swap my screens, like the physical location of the screens, so that like, okay, when I'm doing this, I have the small one in front of me. And when I'm doing that, I have the big one in front of me. I don't know how to do that yet. I've been thinking about it in my head, trying to innovate something to be able to do this. Modular monitor stands. I had considered putting 2 monitors on a Lazy Susan and just rotating it. But it would take up so much space on my desk. And then I can't use both of them at the same time. Then it becomes a one or the other type of situation. Is there like a real thing like a modular monitor stand? I need something that's like not a ton of effort though. You know what I mean? Like there are some monitor arms and stands that I've seen that like, it's like a latch mechanism that you can kind of like, almost like you're hanging a picture on the wall kind of a thing. You kind of like hooks in and then it screws. There's like one single screw in the back that screws onto like a mount that you also have to screw into your monitor, like a mounting plate. That's how the one on my other desk works, but it's like, I don't know. I might try that one too at some point. That one is like a vertical one where you can stack 2 on top of each other, one on top of the other. But those screens are 2 big screens, which I think also is a problem. I don't think you can have 2 big screens. Anyways, if you come up with any ideas, let me know. We'll patent it and we'll make millions. My monitors are hooked in by hanging off 2 screws, and I didn't screw the bottom screws, so I can lift the monitors and move them. Oh. Wait. Hooked in by hanging off 2 screws. Oh, I see. Like the picture frame, basically. Like you kind of like slide it on, and then when you want to change it, you can pick it up and put the other one on. Yeah. Yeah, I thought about something like that. I guess if you just let it hang, it's fine. I don't know. And then, yeah, you still have the problem with the wires. I've been thinking about this a lot, though. It's been on my mind for like a couple of years now. That's a pretty good idea though. Okay, so anyways, raw image data can be copied from an external image editor directly into TileSetter. Pasting is done in the set view with the Control V or by right-clicking and clicking paste, selecting paste. Sometimes transparency may not be retained when copying directly from some editors. However, this is not an issue when importing from files. By right-clicking and selecting Import or Control-I, you'll be able to choose Ping file to be loaded into the set view. I got my main screen, which I think is a 24-inch 1440p, and then a 1081 to the left, and a TV above that. I chuck Netflix or music. Yeah. I was thinking about doing something like that. I want something. I have a 1080p and a 4K here, and I would like to try to be able to use the 4K screen more, maybe like a TV. So maybe put it above, and then maybe like use it more for, like, yeah, playing 4K games and just like more like a TV. Like it'll just sit up there. I don't use it most of the time. You know, just glance over. Thing is, what I've realized about having a big screen, more like a media station type thing. Yeah, exactly. The problem that I've noticed with, like, if you have two large screens, especially, or even this is like one small screen and one large screen. When they're side by side, I can only really legitimately see half of my other screen, right? Like if I want to see the far right corner of that screen, I kind of have to turn my whole body. It's like, it's not good. But it's like I had the hardware, so I was like, well, I might as well use it, right? And I need, like, I kind of need a second screen for like stream chat to be on and stuff like that. So now part of me is debating, like, okay, well, maybe I should just use like 1.5 screens would be great. So what's my half screen, right? Maybe like some kind of tablet or like a portable monitor, you know what I mean? Like something smaller than 24 inches, like a 15 or 10 or 11, 12-inch monitor. When I was streaming, I put my 1080p screen vertical. Yeah, that's true too. A 24-inch. If I took a 24-inch screen to put to the side and made it vertical, it would be fine. I could do that. I could try. My thing is for games. I have a 240 hertz monitor that's 24 inches. For games, maybe what I could do is get a 27-inch 4K, I don't know, 144 hertz monitor or something like that. But I don't know if I'll ever get, at 4K. I don't know if I'll get the frame rates. 1080p, I think, is 21 or 18 inches. That works really well for vertical. Yeah. Yeah, something smaller than like 20 inches, I think, is great for vertical. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, what if I like just like, had like a tablet or something that I could use as an extended screen, or like just buy like a smaller portable monitor that's like, 14 inches or something, or smaller than that even. And then like just leave it there as like a secondary, because I only need to be able to like read stuff on it, and like it's mostly just for referencing things. I don't really need a whole second screen. 14 would be great for on the side vertical. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'll look into it, figure it out. I want to get a little bit into 4K gaming, but I'm just like worried that my graphics cards, I mean, my graphics card's pretty good, but I'm still worried that it's not going to be able to push out the performance, in like competitive game setting for like really, high frame rate FPS, compared to like pushing out 1080p, you know. Okay, sync regions. Oftentimes, it might be required to make small tweaks to the artwork as you work within TileSetter. To prevent you from having to import the updated image after every edit, sync regions automatically reload an image file when it's changed, updating all relevant tiles automatically. An image file can be loaded in as a sync region by right-clicking and selecting Create Sync Region. Tiles created by this operation have their sources automatically updated when the image is changed, meaning any other tile using these sources will get updated as well. That sounds very useful. So rather than just copy pasting back and forth, you can literally just hook it up so that you hit save in Aseprite, and then when you come back in, it'll just automatically update, is what I'm getting out of this. You can move the region around by dragging its name tag, and you can cancel it by clicking the X icon at the top right of the rectangle. All tiles within are kept. If the external image is resized, the region will resize as well. Keep in mind that paths relative to the current project file are used when loading an image through sync regions. If the image cannot be found at the specified path, the region's outline will turn red. When importing an external image into the set view, it'll be subdivided into tile-sized sections by the grid, creating a new tile and an accompanying source for each cell occupied by the imported image. Cells which do not contain opaque tiles from the external image are left empty. At this point, the newly created tiles are now ready to be worked with in TileSetter. I kind of want to try it. Let's finish reading this page because it doesn't seem like there's a whole ton left here. And then we'll try using a sync image instead. A sync tile. Each tile has its own properties regarding its visual composition and behavior. These can be managed through the Tile Properties view. First, select a tile in the Set view to display its attributes here. At the top, the tile's image is displayed. Hovering the cursor in this area reveals a detailed breakdown of how the sources are used by the tile to make up its final appearance. Below are two tabs which contain the tile's properties, composition and relations. Huh. Oh. That's cool. Who can see this though? It's so friggin' tiny. They need to like, it's a very cool interface too, but I think they need to fix it a bit. They need to make it scale a little bit better. That's very cool. That is very cool. Okay. I think that's all this page is talking about. Below are two tabs which contain the tile's properties, composition and relations. Composition contains attributes relating to the tile's visual composition. For simple tiles, the current source being used is shown here. However, many editable parameters are available when a generated tile is selected. Detailed description about those parameters can be found at Configuring a Tile Set. Relations. Here you will find parameters pertaining to the tile's behavior and relationship to other tiles. Tiles set relations are covered in tile set behavior. Source properties. Along being able to view properties of tiles, it is also possible to see properties pertaining to sources. This is done through the Source Properties view, located at the top right region of a screen. I never even looked at the top right of my screen. Oh, no sources selected. How do you select a source? Maybe that's why I haven't used it. When a tile is loaded into the Tile Properties view, you are able to see all tiles that are being used in the Composition tab. By clicking the pencil icon at the side of a source property, the source is loaded into the view. Aha! And then what? What does this do? That's it? Here you're able to copy the source's raw image into the clipboard with the top icon, or replace its image by pasting with the bottom icon. Okay, let's try setting up a sync source and see what that looks like. Trying to find my way over to Aseprite here. So two things. One is I have to save this someplace. So let's save this project. And we're going to just create a new thing. I'll throw it in code for now. Tile setter. Dirt tiles. Right? Fine. And then here we'll save this in the same place. Code. Tile setter. Dirt tiles. Aseprite files. Right? Oh, but that's an Aseprite file, right? So if I go back here, let's just see real quick. Can this even load? Create sync region. Code. File setter. Yes, it doesn't load Aseprite files. So we're going to have to do some extra work here, which means we have to do an export. And that's it. And what? I just hit Control Shift X every time. So let's go here. I don't know how it works. Oh, it's putting both of the tiles in is what it's doing. I don't know, but I screwed up the whole thing now. Oh, where the heck? Wait, where the heck is this? That's on my desktop? That's not where I wanted that. I don't know how that ended up there, but sure. Oh. But it's not the right size. So then what? I would have to make... It's not able to use a sprite, basically. I have to make it as a separate image. Yeah, probably not worth it. Can I just undo? Oh, but this was broken, right? Question is, how do I fix that? How do I tell it to composite something? I don't know. Well, we done goofed. That's fine. So we're going to come here. We're going to create it again. You know, this is part of learning, right? It's just making mistakes as much as we possibly can. And then hopefully we don't do it again multiple times. Right? Now, one thing that I do want to try, right? So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. See, I don't know if it's going to work down here, though. What I'd like to try doing to be fancy is something that I saw in another video here. Which Kaka. I don't know why I did it this way. Let's just make a new document. Or where's the layer canvas? I really want to change the canvas size. Sprite canvas size. There we go. It is C. Okay, so from here, width times 4, height times 4. Just give us some more tiles to play with. What I want to do here is flip this upside down, and I want to tint it. I think that would look really cool. Maybe we just tint it using hue saturation. I think alpha stays the same. Is that what this is? Yeah. Yeah, that's what that is. That stays the same. I think HSV is probably what makes most sense to me. Right? Something like that. Now let's go like that. Throw that in here. Oh my god, that's going to look so sick. And if I go like this, what's it going to do? Right, flip Y. I kind of wish it would blend these better. But I guess what I can do here, right, is we can grab the raw data here and pull it in here and try to blend it better ourselves. Hey, what is up, personal Shay? Personal Haiti. What's up? Yo, what's good? I am testing out this software for the first time that I accidentally discovered. Maybe that's just how it is. Oh, I see. That color is this color. That doesn't look terrible, right? Am I crazy? Okay, so let's grab this. I don't know what's going to happen, by the way, when we go back here and we plug. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Because that takes everything. But really what I want is I want the two composited layers. So what would I have to do to get that? Right? Composite. All right, composite, but I can't change the image here for some reason. Why? What does this do? Oh. Let's just try drawing something real quick to see what it looks like. I don't know why that's showing up like that. I must have really screwed that tile up. Right? Yeah, that must not be the way to do this. let's continue reading the documentation and see. Okay. Generating tile sets. I'm going to skip the intro. Tile sets are created from one or more centerpiece tiles. By right-clicking a base and choosing Build Borders, all border pieces will be generated for the selected tile. Different kinds of tile sets can be generated by TileSetter, but the steps involved are the same. For information on each individual kind of tile set, head over to Tileset Types. For now, the white dotted lines are placeholders for edge textures, which you'll specify soon. This is the default state of newly generated tile set, and from here you'll configure how its borders will look, whether it'll have custom corners and other details. Okay. Configuring a tile set. Once built, you'll be able to alter the tile set's design through several parameters. These can be edited at any time, and all relevant tiles in the set are automatically updated when a change is made. At first, placeholder dotted lines will make up the generated borders. However, it is possible to specify the desired images for top, bottom, left, and right edges throughout the set. By selecting a border in the tile set, selecting a border tile in the set, you can choose through the tile property window, properties view, which sources to use for edge orientations present in that tile. So let's look at what he does. Oh, that's sick. That is so sick. Edge graphics are automatically reoriented in the resulting tile depending on what side it's applied to, but the rotation parameter allows further control over the orientation. In a similar way, the flip X and flip Y checkboxes can be used to flip the texture horizontally and vertically for that specific side. Uses the same one both times, right? Yeah. Okay. Custom corner textures. By default, corners are generated by splicing intersecting edge textures together. In some cases, this is enough, but otherwise, dedicated graphics can be specified for all 4 outer corners and 4 inner corners. By selecting the generated tile featuring an inner or outer corner, the composite option can be unchecked through the top tile properties view to let the tile setter know a custom image should be used for it. Oh, I thought I tried that. Once unchecked, a source can be chosen and configured the same way as for edges. And I thought we did that, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's copy this, go back here, and uncheck composite. Now my thingy disappears, and boom. Yeah, no, I don't get, oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I go like that. I go like that, and then I pick that. Oh. Okay. And then I can do the same thing here and flip X. Aha. Aha. We're figuring stuff out. This is beautiful. Okay, this is good. This is good too, because with this, I can go here and try to make some roundedness. Maybe like that. That's kind of cool. I still need to figure out a way, if anybody knows. I want to remap I want to map mouse clicks in a specific program. I'm using i3 Window Manager. I don't know if the Window Manager matters. It's on Xorg, right? So that way, like when I press my side mouse button, it will press down the M key for me. I still haven't figured out how to do that. Would love to figure out how to do that. Oops. I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. You got the right one, baby. Very cool. And we could do the same thing for the top. Like even just using this to generate the top corner and then to be like, okay, let's take the top corner and then to say like, okay, I want this to be round. And then what would round look like on the top? Maybe like that. To be honest, I should have probably done something similar here too, where I added some like light on the top. Let's try coming back and testing these out. This is a great way to test things very quickly though, right? I may decide I don't like that, but we go here and then we put the ones with the lines on the top. And then over here, I'm gonna uncheck this. Right, come back here. Oh. Oh no, that's fine. And now with that, I can add more highlights here. Right. Let's go the highlighted version. That's cool. Hey, look at that. That looks pretty darn neat. But it does create these weird problems with the inside tiles, for sure. But I do appreciate how it does some compositing stuff for us, and then it also lets us preview as we go along, right? Okay, this is very basic, right? So I'm just gonna go to the next part of the documentation. Cut off. The cutoff property determines how many pixels of the underlying base texture are shaved off at the edges. It is useful for preventing the base image from bleeding beyond the texture. Oh, I see. They changed the cutoff here and then... Right. That makes sense. Oh, that's cool. For weighing sets, negative values are allowed, which can either extend or retreat the base texture. Tile set types. Two kinds of tile sets are currently able to be generated by the tile setter. Blob sets consist of 47 tiles and are the most commonly suited for platformer or side scroller purposes. Dude, look at that. That looks so cool. As some tiles in the blob set have borders on opposite sides, merging points are established to prevent opposite edge textures from overlapping. In cases where opposite edge graphics would overlay each other, the middle of the overlapped region is defined as the merging point, which prevents the edge graphics from extending beyond it. Bottom source limit, top source limit. average merging point. Wong sets. Wong sets contain 16 tiles and are usually best suited for top-down artwork. Borders in the Wong set are located in the middle of the tile, which allows for auto-tiling equivalent to that of a blob set with considerably less tiles. Oh, that's neat. Mixed border generation. Tile setter can generate tile sets with multiple border types. For example, you may want a sand tile set that has textures for connecting to water tiles, but also different edge graphics for connecting to grass tiles. The number of required tiles in the tile set grows considerably for every additional border type included, but Tile Setter can generate them just as quickly. Oh. Oh, that's sick. Looks a little bit weird, but yeah, no, that's cool. A new border type can be added to, so it actually looks really good around the borders. It's just this border to that border does look a little bit funky. A new border type can be added to existing tile set by using the build borders operation again after having the center tile of the existing set along with a foreign tile. Doing so will generate extra border pieces for when those two tiles meet, as well as mixed border pieces for when multiple neighbors are present. The new transition type may then be configured in the same way as usual. Ah. So he takes the center green piece and the center yellow piece. And the center green and the blue piece. All desired transitions can be generated at once by selecting multiple tiles when using build borders. In the case of Wong sets, transitions are created between each pair of tiles in the selection. For blob sets, the transitions are created between the first tile and each remaining one. Troubleshooting. Generated tiles often combine several sources to achieve their final look. Sometimes these tiles may not appear as intended, so a visual breakdown of how their sources mesh together can help identify the issue. When viewing a tile in the Tile Properties view, hovering the cursor on the visual display reveals how its various sources stack together into the final appearances. Okay. Tile set behavior. Tiles often have an implicit relationship to one another in the context of map editing and generation. For example, multiple tiles may make up a single object when drawing maps, while individual tiles in this group may not make sense when drawn alone. In Tile Setter, relations are used to describe how tiles relate to other tiles. Oh, this is the, I think this is this thing. Yeah, relations. All right. Yep. Relations are assigned to the tiles through operations performed on them. Some types of relationships link tiles in both generation and map editing contexts, while others are only used for the latter. A tile's relations can be viewed in the Tile Properties view under the Relations tab. Several different types of relations, each with its own purpose, are supported by Tile Setter. Below are detailed descriptions for each of them. Blob relations. Blob relation groups. Give my yapper a rest for a quick second. Okay. Blob relations group. I got it. Blob relations group several tiles into a blob tile set, specifying a role in the set for each one. This relation is required for auto tiling as it describes what tile to use for each border scenario, but it is also used when generating tile set visuals. A blob relation is created by generating a blob set. where all newly created tiles are assigned a role within the relationship. Each generated tile's role dictates how TileSetter should generate border graphics for it. However, these tiles can be swapped out for pre-drawn ones. That answers my question. So before, I was like, that's very weird that like I can go um you know here, let's just say, oh, it's not gonna let me do that because there already is one. Oh, okay then. But yeah, like I picked top um this top tile here, right up here, and then I picked this top tile for the left side. The reason it knew how to rotate it is because of these blob tile relations. It knows that this tile in this position is a rotation of this tile in this position, and that's why it knew what to do, according to what I just read. Managing. By selecting a centerpiece tile in the set, you're able to view the details of the relation in the tile properties view. Here, the left side shows all neighboring tiles, which the set has borders for connecting to. And the right side shows what border tiles are used for each neighbor formation. By clicking the smaller dots around the center display to the right, you can cycle through the possible neighbors, making the center slot show the tile that serves the border for that scenario. That's kind of neat. So if I go like this, aha. Uh-huh. Okay. Clicking the center slot allows you to swap that specific border tile for any other. This allows pre-drawn tiles to be used for auto tiling in the map editor. Explain yourself. Aha. Isn't that the same thing as turning off the composition? Wong relations. Similar to blob relationships, Wong relations are used to designate a role for each border tile when auto tiling, as well as for generating tile visuals. They're created when generating Wong sets, and these relations can be merged in the same way as described above for the blob ones. Prop relations. Props glue several tiles together by considering multiple tiles as a single object during map editing. This type of relation guarantees a tile formation is not broken, as placing a single tile from the group will place the whole formation, and removing any of its tiles remove all of them. Tiles can be grouped together by right-clicking and choosing Group as Prop, like this giant rock formation. Any of the prop's tiles can be viewed in the Properties view to reveal the whole formation. Here, the prop can be dismantled by clicking the X icon at the top right. For an optional prop medium parameter can be, or an optional prop medium parameter can be specified. The prop medium option ensures the prop always lies inside the terrain from the tile specified, creating borders with adjacent terrains if necessary. The tile selected here is also used to fill in cells where the prop's tiles were when it is removed during the map editing. I see. I don't know what he set the relation to though. The centerpiece? Proxy relations. Proxies allow for tile variations. Tiles can act as variants to others through this type of relationship. Oh. Allowing for variants to be picked at random as a replacement when map editing. By selecting at least two tiles, right-clicking and choosing Set Proxy, the last tile in the selection or the tile with an already existing selection will now have all the other tiles as variants. Viewing the base tile in the tile's property view lets you edit the probabilities in which its variants replace it when map editing. By default, all variants have a 0% chance of appearing, but relative weights can also be specified to fine-tune these chances. Dismissing a tile as a variant can be done by clicking the main slot and picking an empty cell in the view. Oh. Okay. The sandbox view is where maps can be drawn with existing tiles in the project. Tile placement works differently though, whereas each individual tile placed in the set view is unique. Tiles are placed in the sandbox view reference those existing in the former. This means deleting a tile from the set view will erase all instances from the map, and changing a tile's visual will update all instances there as well. Here is the juicy stuff we were looking for. Panning and zooming, those are the only controls. That sucks. Here are the modes available for manipulating maps, being selectable at the top left. The marquee allows for manual control over the tiles, being accessible by clicking on the topmost icon or pressing M. It allows you to select, move, and delete, and use the right-click menu to perform operations on selected cells. Select, hold shift to append, move it with the left mouse drag, smart copy, command C, whoopsie daisy. Smart copy with control C, does not copy image data. Raw copy with control shift C, paste with control V, import, right click and picking import will allow you to import a ping file. Raw files brought into the sandbox view either through pasting or through import will be broken down into tile-sized pieces by the grid. For each unique and opaque piece found, a new tile and accompanying source will be created and added to the set view. Drawing tiles. Okay. This editor mode is selectable in the middle icon top left or by hitting P. The pencil tool allows you to draw tiles. Once a tile is selected, you can use the left mouse button and click and drag in the sandbox to do it. Yeah, sure. By selecting multiple tiles above, drawing this tool will stamp the whole selection. The pencil tool is useful for individually placing tiles, and because of that, it does not account for auto tiling, which can cause neighboring tiles to be disrupted. Auto tiling using the B key. Okay, that's cool. Auto tiling is accessible through the bottommost icon or by pressing B. This tool places tiles in a similar way to the pencil tool, but performs auto tiling according to the affected tile's behaviors. This means that by either painting or erasing, the tile relations are enforced. Props won't be broken, blob and wong sets will maintain integrity, and so on. With this mode, you're able to specify the diameter of the brushes, which can be either done by inputting a value in the now available box at the top left, or by using dragging the box horizontally, or by using the control and mouse wheel, right? When selecting multiple tiles in the set view, only the first selected tile is used. Layers. It is often desirable to draw. Okay, that's all we got, I think. At the top, you'll find a 3D visualization for layers. See, these keyboard shortcuts are useful. Let me take some notes here. Map editing. All right, we're gonna have P. Actually, before P, we have M. Marquee tool. Make selections. Then we've got P tool. Pencil tool. I'll use a colon here. Pencil tool. Draw single tiles. B is the auto tile tool. Draw tiles automatically, right? That's kind of what we need to know in that context. And then, was there anything over here? No, because there's no tools over here. It's just down here, I guess. I feel like I read other shortcut keys though. Ah, yeah, because there are other commands, right? Panning. But this is all sandbox view, right? Yeah. Map editing shortcuts, sandbox view. Add some rows. This is very cool. I want to play around with this a bit. So one of the things I need to do for my games is make more tile sets. And so I guess this is something I'm going to play around with a bit. Because if this helps me work faster, it's definitely worth it, right? Right, hold shift to add. This is fine. I think I just raw copy and smart copy probably worth noting, but I'll just delete this for now. Row, delete. That's fine. Okay. Auto tiling layers. So I have layers which show a small region of the map around the most recently edited cell. This is helpful for quickly identifying which layer you're currently working on, and you can shift the shown region with Shift WASD. I don't know why it's shown like this. It is often desirable to draw tiles with distinct depths in the map. Layers achieve just that and can be managed to locate. Okay, sure. Create layer. Let's see how he uses layers. Oh, that's actually very cool. I would need to then make another layer. How would I go about doing that? Try doing the same thing, make some sort of grass thingy. Okay, actually, I guess we'll start the same way that we started the other one, right? Just starting with 2 tiles. Right? And then I don't really like these colors in particular, but that's okay. So then we'll get our marquee tool. We're going to delete half of this tile. And then we're going to just kind of work on making some. My F7, there we go. Right, and then we'll, I don't know. These colors do not blend well together. This is not like a normal sequence of colors. But that's fine. We'll just work with what we've got here. Right? Add some highlights to my leaves. Although that kind of makes them look more like rocks. Doesn't it? Maybe I just need to make more of it the highlight. These colors do not blend well at all. This is terrible. That might actually be worse because of this color. Jesus. Not going very well for us. Trying to stick to colors that like really stand apart more. I guess I could just use the option on the paint tool. Oh, my headset just died. Whatever, maybe this is fine for now. I don't know. Just gonna plug it in and see what happens. What I'm also thinking to try, which I don't know if it's really necessary. Also thinking to try using the Wong method. Right? Oh, that's funny. It literally just erased my other tile. Do I still have it? No. That's funny. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, but this isn't what we wanted. I just realized. We wanted to try Wong. Let's try some Wong. Okay, Wong, show us what you got. Looks kind of like garbage, but whatever. So let's go here. Oh, my preview's still showing. That's probably why I hit it. Add another layer. Shift WASD just goes around the layers. How do you actually switch to them? You can shift the shown region with Shift WASD. How is he going between them like this? He shows this video. Plus button. Oh, tiles which can be selected by cycling through using W and S. Okay. But now if I draw this, it's going to go over, which is not what we wanted. Right? So how do we... Oh, because we put that on the wrong layer. Easy peasy, look at me go. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so let's see. Not as cool as what his looked like. Why does his look so damn cool and mine doesn't? Because his is more edgy, pokey looking. We could try to do something like that. That's true. Mine kind of looks more like you'd expect from like a single tile. If anything, maybe it should be more like that, right? Kind of. I think shape wise, that's what we want. But I think the colors are all wrong. I think it's just easy to draw it again from scratch. So the outside, I want lighter colors. Lighter is going to be more towards yellow. Maybe. This is absolutely terrible. I I really do need to put in a bunch of time and really learn how to do some better pixel art here. What I could maybe do is put like a really dark border around the outside to kind of really give it a defined shape. I don't know. Try that one instead. Um, whoa. Kind of looks a little bit backwards though, right? Like it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look like what I wanted it to look like. It looks like something that I can't explain, right? Hmm. That actually does look kind of cool though. I hmm. Okay. It's not what you were supposed to look like. I just flip Y on it. Oops. This kind of what I was going for, I guess. Sort of. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so let's go back. to the documentation. Operation renaming. Click and type the new name. Click the I will toggle visibility. Using R will do the same for the currently selected layer. Deleting it using the trash icon, and you can reorder it using the dots, which I kind of figured out already. Exporting. Most engines do not support auto tiling with mixed borders. Tile sets with multiple border types will be exported as simple sets. Maps can be exported doing the same in the sandbox view. Okay. Default. For default engine. Never heard of it. GMS, GMS2, Godot. Exports assets for Godot engine. These can be imported by placing the exported files into the assets folder. Autotile bit masks are already configured for your blob and Wong tile sets when exporting from set view. Image, okay, obviously JSON. When exporting, okay, Unity. A Unity package file will be created, which can then be double-clicked to load the assets into the game engine. Auto tiling is already pre-configured when exporting from the set view, but it needs the 2D extra scripts included in your project to function properly. They can be found here. Oh, so it gives you auto tiling in Godot using its own thing. And here's the change log. Okay. I guess we read all the docs. We just gotta practice stuff. No more development on 2D extras repository. We are changing how we develop additional 2D tiles and brushes for the 2D tile map. An important part of this change involves ensuring a single point of entry for users to get the latest tiles and brushes for tile map. To do this, to this end, we created the tile map extras package, which is accessible from package manager. Moving forward, the 2D extras GitHub repository will be made read-only. Okay, so that's different. How long is this video? Amazing. Yo, he's better than I am. So this shows borders here. So I guess you can select those and create borders. Okay. Game from scratch. Copy this one. I think I've seen this one before. Maybe I haven't seen this one. I thought I did. Oh no, maybe I have. Yeah, I think I've seen this many, many, many times. I just need to get better at doing this in general. I don't expect to learn anything other than what was in the documentation. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I want to see what his workflow using syncing is. Mm. Okay, so that's what he did. He imports it here as the tile syncing thing, and then he just creates a new tile over here from it. Yeah, look at that. Now he's got to rotate it. Five years ago. Yeah, this is old. How did I not know that this existed? This is Simon Sanchez, who presumably has more. Oh, because this is for the top down. Mm. Mm. That's a good idea. That's crazy. Okay, well that's how you use it. What the heck is this? This looks amazing. Oh my gosh, this looks insane. This guy's so amazing. This I have to watch later. I need to take a break now, but that's awesome. Generic tile making videos. I'm gonna put Zelda because that's what it looked like. I want to grab that video that I saw on the side from Mort. Mort's, which I've watched many times. His is like the easiest to follow, I think. And then what was the other one? Was Adam's thing. I don't know why I always forget to hit this. There we go. All right, I need a break. We did some research today. We found out about this tool. I need to look more into art things and how to figure out how to actually make the tiles. I also want to try using this tool to help me out. He's using, in this video, he's using Pixel, which I also have a license for, but I haven't used in a while. Maybe there's some good stuff in Pixel that I don't know about. So I'll have to check this out because this looks absolutely amazing. He's doing some kind of symmetry painting, I think, where he's painting everything all at once somehow, which is also crazy. I don't know, but I've consumed too much today and I need a break here. So we did kind of a long session. We didn't get too much done here. Yeah, 2.5 hours, but you know, finding a new tool, taking some notes, trying to figure out how to use it, and we'll play around with it a little bit more over the next few days probably. Yeah.